reminds me of like 3D printed guns. Have you heard about that shit?
Right. 3D print. I know 3D printers, but 3D
Yeah, but
printed
the
guns.
3D printed guns actually shoot.
Bullets.
Yeah.
They're called ghost guns.
Yeah, ghost guns, exactly. So it's like that's literally like like a printer, it's making a physical object, right? So like if they could make a gun, I think they could turn that AI art into like an oil painting.
Welcome back, guys. Another episode of the Unlucky Specialist Podcast. Yours truly, Sam Torres.
And your boy Jeff Deadbania, aka the freestyling savant.
Hey.
You already know the type of shit that I be on.
Hey.
You morph the words to rhyme and shit. You're like keychain. I'm insane.
Hey. I like it.
Yeah, you gotta flip it around, bro.
You gotta keep it on the feet.
You gotta keep it on their feet, bro. You gotta rhyme table with navel.
You rhyme orange. Something with orange.
Boeing.
Oh. That's reaching.
Boeing jet. I'm eating an orange bet. See how it goes?
Yo, I remember this story. Jess's cousin went to this show, and this guy was like asking people to throw out like words so he could rhyme with it. And she said orange, knowing full well that you can't rhyme anything with orange, and the guy got pissed.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think
I forget who it is, but I just know
there's
that
not like an
stuck.
actual word you could rhyme with orange, but like you could like rhyme
porridge.
See, there you go. He just did it. Who eats porridge?
Nobody.
When I foil through the foliage.
Oh, if you can't tell, it's that kind of episode today, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for showing the love. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. We're on there sometimes, but definitely on TikTok, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. No, we bring out videos every week. So shout out. And if you guys want to come on the podcast, we've been wanting people to come on. I've been asking some of y'all are too busy. Some of you got lives. I have a child and I make the time.
It's only an hour a week.
You know what I mean? But whatever. If you guys want to come through, hang out. We'll have a good time. But other than that, Jeff, how's your week been? As we always do it.
Week was
week and weekend because it's Monday now.
Yeah, my week was pretty good. It was, just like your
shit.
same old shit, man. I feel like that's like a good thing. Like once you get in that like nice little groove of like things kind of just being like nothing too crazy, nothing too low, nothing too high. You're just going through the routine, set the routine. You know what I mean? Okay. Now I'm trying to reincorporate the gym back into my life.
I was gonna say
because like my foot is finally feeling better.
Oh, thanks for what's the update on that?
Update is that it's feeling a lot better. I'm not wearing the brace, but I think I'm gonna wear the brace to the gym now.
Okay,
just to be careful.
So you've been doing the gym then?
No, I haven't. I'm like still scared.
You're planning on going?
I'm scared to go because if I get hurt again, I'm gonna just spiral into an abyss of depression.
I was just gonna say that. No, it's not hope that.
No, it's not like that. It's dramatic, but it is kind of sad. It's like fuck. Five sprained ligaments, but it's feeling better.
You can't do nothing there's no surgery or something. I mean, I know
that's
never the thing to look for.
And this is the thing, you gotta avoid surgery at all costs.
For sure,
that shit could low-key make it worse. Yeah. And now the doctor didn't recommend that shit because there's no tears. It's just sprains.
Okay, just sprains.
It's just basically the best thing is rest.
Massage. You should go to a massage therapist.
I should go to a massage therapist. Slip on my hundo. You know what I'm saying?
For an extra footy.
For extra footy. You know what I mean? Hundo for the footy. I'm feeling goody.
Hey, he's back.
He's back.
The savant,
the lyrical savant. But nah. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. That's what I'm trying to incorporate back into the routine, a little gym action. But because then, that's what I did do this weekend. I saw the UFC fight. So you see these buff athletic dudes just fucking each other up. You're like, I'm fat. I'm a fat bitch.
Yeah.
I can't beat up nobody right
now.
Could
I defend myself?
I could defend myself with my fucking lyrical jujitsu, bro.
Confuse the shit out of them. Just
confuse motherfuckers, bro. It's like, you a bitch. No, you a bitch. That'll really keep them on their toes,
For
bro.
sure, man. Especially out here in LA, people are getting fucking jumped at left and right.
Damn, really?
No, yeah, for sure.
You know somebody?
Like personally?
Yeah.
No. That jumps people, or
that got
or
jumped.
was it jumpy?
Jumper, or
No,
yeah,
jumpy.
the jumpy, the jumped.
The victim here. No, I don't know anybody.
Yeah, no,
in
I-
particular.
I don't know anybody who's gotten beat up recently, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that means we stay in good circles.
But yeah, really, people are getting jumped.
No, seriously, yeah. And then there was this group of guys that like robberies are up as always. You know,
Shout
what
out
I
to
mean?
robberies.
Shout out to robberies.
Shout out to burglaries.
Shout out to keeping the economic.
Shout out to catalytic converters.
Did you see that guy that died? Oh my god! I watch the news too much in the morning. Just
Yeah, don't watch the news.
mainly for like
Stop watching the news.
the traffic and the
Dude,
weather.
Okay, say what you're gonna say.
Yeah, let me.
I'm sorry.
You never let me finish my story.
Sorry.
No, this guy was stealing a catalytic converter, and the fucking truck fell on him, and he died.
Hell yeah. They show that on the news.
Oh, I mean, they didn't show his body. They
What
showed
news you watching, bro?
Good Day LA. Shout out to you guys.
Good Day
Fox
LA.
11 News.
Via rotten.com.
You know, he straight up was stealing the fucking catalytic converter, and it fell him. It's some Breaking Bad shit kind of thing.
No, I saw this car chase last week where basically this guy, I think it was on Friday, this dude like got into like a minor collision, hopped out the whip, jacked somebody else's whip, and then I think this dude had a gun in the whip.
What?
And then he just started blasting at the cops with this fucking like AK type of shit. It looked like an AR-15 or AK. I don't know what the fuck it was. And he was just blasting, bro. And then he crashed into a pole and ran out, and the cops just tackled him.
And they were tasing him? Is that the video? The
I
one
don't
that
know.
just came out?
They took him like he was a dog. Like they had him on like four guys were grabbing his feet. The other two guys are grabbing his head. And
If it's that one,
it's
right
that
there.
one. Yeah, he was wearing a Charles Woodson jersey.
Yeah, so he was on fucking fentanyl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know fentanyl made you do that. I thought like that seems more like meth activities.
Right.
Fentanyl sounds like you just want to sleep.
That does sound
And die.
like because they came out with the body cam, and they were like tasing him. Oh, fucking tasing me! Stop tasing me! Ah, blah, blah, blah. So they already got him down and everything. And then he's like, and they're like, what are you on? What drugs are you on? Are you fentanyl? Yeah. And yeah.
Fentanyl. You know,
Fentanyl.
I've seen all those billboards that are like really creepy. It's like just like this girl in a body bag. It's like, don't let this be your last high, or like this high. This is the worst high. I'm like, when is someone gonna vandalize this billboard? Get a little blue on blue action going on.
Shout out to the graphers.
A little blue on blue fat action going on. Nah,
Just calling out the billboard
Just
for you
don't-
guys.
just don't-
putting out a bounty.
yeah, just
First-
don't fucking do press pills.
No.
If you don't know that one, it's that one. Sonoma County Silent Killer. Well, we're not in Sonoma County, but it's basically like that. Yeah, it's that exact one.
But
Damn, they just put this girl on blast. That's fucked up.
straight up
dude.
put her name out there.
It's like
date of birth.
like damn R.I.P. But fuck, dude. It's like this. She died from
social.
She was doing drugs, my boy.
Gotta scare them.
Hell nah.
Nah, fuck that shit. I always live by that rule, like in Knocked Up.
What's that rule?
Stay away. No pills, no powders. If it's from the ground, it must be good for you.
Cocaine's from the ground. I mean, technically.
Technically, after going through multiple stages of, anyways.
Before going through
that's-
multiple stages.
That's
why they chew it, right?
Right.
They chew it.
Yeah, they chew that to go up to Machu Picchu because of the
Get a little,
elevation
get a little
sickness.
buzz going with the coca leaf.
Yeah. And they give you candies for that now when you're walking up Machu Picchu. But how did we get here?
Well, we got here because I was saying that I feel fat and that I want to be buff like Jon Jones, and that's what I'm trying to do. Get into my routine. And now we got. What did you do this weekend, bro? How was your week, bro?
Oh, my week. Like the same. The week is same old. Job is good. The new job's nice.
You like it?
It's chill. I get some good benefits. Applied to get my BA through the job program that
Nice.
they pay for it fully. So that's pretty dope,
cool.
right?
BA in what?
Respiratory therapy. Might as well. I mean, they had that for like to pay for it. I'm like, fuck it. I got my AA in that already.
There you go.
But I've been watching a lot of golf. I don't know. I've been talking with you guys. I don't know about on air or off the air, but golf is pretty much taking over my life for sure.
Yeah, like I feel like I was gonna ask you that. Like I'm like, what is Sam into these days? Like, what are you like? You know, like everybody, like we get our hobbies and shit. It's like, what is like?
I go through a lot of fucking hobbies, as my wife will say, because she's like seeing me go. Like fishing. I have a shit ton of fishing poles and lures and gears and all that shit.
It's hard to fish when you live in Los Angeles, though.
I mean, yes and no. Because you can go on these charters on Long Beach or in Ventura.
Are you really gonna go do that?
Right. And you have to go early as fuck, but I still go early as fuck for golf.
Yeah, but you don't have to go early as fuck and get on a boat.
Right. And like be cold as shit.
Yeah,
you're cold as shit out there.
Fishing just doesn't seem like the type of hobby for LA County.
Right.
Don't shoot me, fishermen.
Right. They're gonna come after me.
Or don't hook me.
The League of Fishermen of Los Angeles are gonna be.
I bet you there's a ton.
Worded letter.
It's like I be catching these large tunas, boy.
You don't even know.
You don't even know, son. They call me Namor, son. You don't even.
I speak to these fish.
Speak to these fish, and then I eat them. I betray their trust, bro. I'm a villain to the sea, homie.
Yeah, but I honestly got into a lot of hobbies, and now my newest one. I think it's more than a hobby
is not
now.
Your newest one.
It's not my newest hobby.
I feel like you've been on that shit.
Yeah, I've been on this. I feel my latest hobby, I guess.
Yeah, it's probably your latest.
You know what I mean? I started around like really taking it seriously 2020. I with all those COVID golfers.
So you watch golf?
I watch the actual golf like tournaments.
Damn.
Like this weekend is going to be the Players Championship.
So you can like who's your favorite golfer right fucking now?
Justin
who's
Thomas.
the best golfer right now?
The best golfer, Jon Rahm.
Jon Rahm. Isn't he Spaniard?
Yeah, he is Spaniard. Jon Rahm, and then Scotty Scheffler's really good.
That's cool.
And then there's that whole like we're talking with Jason off air, the whole drama between Live Golf, which is this Saudi Arabian based fucking league that's paying golfers millions of dollars just to play.
Look, because you know how you were talking about we're talking about this off air, and it kind of goes with something that I've been thinking about lately. Like, you said like Saudi Arabia is trying to like sports wash their like human rights abuses, but like, is it true? Maybe like is human rights just like a term that like the West uses just to like put down like governments or like nations that are trying to come up? Like it's like like El Salvador, right? Like everyone's saying like Nayib Bukele is like abusing human rights because he's like putting all the gangbangers in jail and like.
Are they saying that he's abusing human rights?
People are saying that. Like there's certain sections of people. Like I feel like people from those countries they fuck with it, right?
Right.
But it's like people who are not in those countries and like not like they're looking for them like.
Well, specifically in Saudi Arabia, there's a bunch people from that country protesting their own government because there was their own journalist who got killed for speaking out against
Jamal
the government.
Khashoggi. Yeah, that was pretty egregious. That was egregious for sure.
Right.
But I'm just saying,
in this sense of like Live Golf, people have a sense of to say, what the fuck is going on here?
But you would think that that's like sports washing. I just think that
that's I guess that's a narrative. I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely a narrative. Like I feel like that's kind of what I was getting at. I feel like sometimes like there is human rights abuses, like you said, Jamal killing a journalist just because he's like basically reporting on the government or the crown prince, right?
Right.
And it's like you're basically just put a hit on him. That's gangster shit. That's mafia shit. That's out of pocket just in any like civilized society, right? But it's like sometimes I feel like human rights could be used as a narrative to kind of like keep certain like nations that are trying to clean up like the like bad elements of their society, you know. And it's like because like I said, I'll bring it back to like El Salvador. Like it's like that's like not like I feel like in the United States, like if the U.S. just started rounding up like people who had like blood and Crip tattoos and like Southsider tattoos and like shit like that with no like due process, because that's what he's doing. That's what Nayib Bukele is doing. Like no due process. Just if you have the tattoos and like you have association with it, you're going to jail. Yeah. Right. So it's like that's not really good, but it's like sometimes I feel like countries like at that level, which is like you can't mince words, like third world countries like Saudi Arabia, a lot of money, and they're like
shit, I was gonna say, are they considered a third world country with all their oil money though?
I don't know how their population lives. I know how their kings live, right? You know what I mean? So it's like but I feel like a lot of countries like that, like they like pigeonhole them with like the same like expectations that you would put on the U.S. government, or U.S. society which is way more advanced than like other countries. It's like like I said, like if Joe Biden just started riling motherfuckers up with like no due process, that's definitely a human rights violation. But I don't think you could hold the same standards to like a third world country. That's what I'm saying. That's how I've been coming around to that school of thought. Like just because I used to kind of think that was like you kind of should hold people to the same standard, but at the same time, that's
why I feel like it's not a political rights issue. It's a human rights. Yeah, that's why it's called, because I guess there's a basic sense of humanity, right? Like there's a certain sense of what humans should go through by their government, right?
Yeah,
and so that's where I feel like that's where it comes with human rights. You know what I mean? Like when we start putting in that it's a narrative, that then it becomes a political narrative, a political view of what it could be.
Yeah.
When there's it's certain some of these countries, real serious shit that really does happen. So that's why I think I'm not trying to shoot down your.
I feel like if El Salvador had money like Saudi Arabia, they would do some shit like that. Like they would make like a sick ass golf league or something.
Soccer league.
Yeah, like it's like super like
pay
easy.
Messi to come and play.
Exactly, like it's super like that is what Saudi Arabia does. They paid Cristiano Ronaldo to go play over there, even though that's a shitty ass league.
They paid for the Formula 1 race over there.
Exactly. So they use that to like kind of take the eyes off the shit. But I feel like like it's just one of those things where like I've been thinking about that. So when you like brought that up, like the sports washing type of shit, I was like, like, and then like human rights abuses, I'm like, that's kind of like it's a narrative that has some truth to it, but it's also something that I feel like the US and like Europe and like like all these like fucking these like big Western like narratives that they put down on like Latino countries and like Southeast Asian countries, or like even like Russia or China or like shit like that. It's like if we don't do fucking fucked up shit, but it's just not to but it's not to our standard, right? Like it's like we're supposed to be evolved from that, but like countries that are trying to evolve to that level, like sometimes you have to do some dirty shit. Like it's just like now it's like in everybody's faces, so it's like easier to like point. I don't know. I've just been like trying to like argue with myself because I'm more on like the side that you're saying. Like it's like human rights are human rights for a reason.
It's a I think it's a universal look at it. But I mean, regardless of that, where we got there is golf. I'm so into fucking golf that I bought PGA 2K. Sorry, I didn't mean to go too much of a segue, but PGA 2K. Then I started playing a lot of golf. And I'm gonna get paid $millions for no.
PGA 2K, dude. Is that really what it's called? No, it's a PGA Tour. Is it 2K PGA?
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it fun?
Fucking awesome.
Is it better than fucking Mario? Fucking
golf.
Son?
Well, it's not like obviously fucking Mario and Luigi going at it to see who makes par 5. You know what I mean? Like,
but
no, but it's cooler. I mean, it's obviously you. In the Mario Golf, you're like swinging it with the motion sensor. Here is just all on the controller, and you can play cross-platform. So
it gives you that confidence where you're like, I'm gonna do this on the course. Son.
Yeah, and you have to read the greens, and I still suck at that. And you can play against people online. Look at me plugging a 2K PGA out there. No, but it's fun. It's a good time. And then I go out on Sunday, play at the home course Vista Valencia. And I fucking suck. It was bad. It was really bad.
That's hilarious. You call it your home course.
It is.
It's my home court, bro.
Yeah, that's where I learned. That's where I go. I could say it.
Have you ever golfed at that fucking course right on Victory next to the Springbok?
No, but that's a par 3. That's
that one looks like it's kind of like very smaller. Like small and very like casual.
Yeah,
like it looks like people are getting like mad trash there.
Well, any golf course are getting mad trash. But I think that's why
specifically.
Yeah, specifically at this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, at El Carrizo, people are getting fucking mad trashed. At where else?
What's the best golf course you've been to though?
So far?
Mm-hmm.
The best one, like the best kept, because there's a best kept one, which would be like Knollwood.
No, best kept secret?
No, not best kept secret,
or
but
just best like, kept like the greens and shit.
Yeah, and all that. The hardest and most fun is DeBell in Burbank. That one's fun. That one's hard.
Where's that exactly? Like
where in Burbank?
Yeah, like
fuck if I know. No,
like,
I just yeah.
How about that one in near Griffith Park? Is that one cool?
The one near Griffith Park. Oh, the one right like
on the
off the 5.
Yeah.
I've never been to that one.
Looks
Actually,
nice.
yeah, it looks really nice.
Looks really
but then
nice.
again, some golf courses are private, so you can't really like play. Actually,
like,
the nicest one we've been to was the one in Upland. That one was fucking. They had the golf carts that had your GPS, and if you got too close to the green, it shut down the fucking cart.
oh, is the bell like up in the mountains?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
it's by like people run up there.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's next to Castaway.
Yes, it's exactly.
Yeah.
It's right next to Castaway.
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool.
It's fucking. It's fun. It's really hard to
have
play.
Fucking what's that game? What do you play with frisbees?
Disc golf.
Yeah, they have that shit like next to it, or like I don't know if it's at the same facility, but
there's this par 3 course in Studio City, I think. Weddington. Yeah, that one has par 3 and disc golf at the same time. We were playing golf, and then some guys were like ahead of us playing fucking disc golf. So it's fun. Pretty much what I'm saying to me is golf.
That's all. It's like surging through your veins.
Yeah. Have you seen that Trump meme? Golf.
No.
Learning how to putt. Learning how to drive.
I've been seeing a lot of Trump and Biden fucking AI shits though. Like it's like fucking.
That was fucking hilarious.
It's like just Biden, like I'm gonna smack that ass,
and it sounds just like that.
Look at her, look at her tits.
Yeah,
tits.
Hey, this AI shit's getting crazy out there.
It's getting kind of out of like. I feel like right now it's like so easy to like just laugh at it because it's like funny shit. But I like honestly like I think like I'm like yo like how do we know like Joe Biden isn't like dead?
AI
isn't he's just like dead, bro? And they're just
how do we not know?
Yeah, well, I mean obviously like not now, but eventually like I feel like how that could happen. Like
that we don't know that he's dead.
Oh, just with anything like let's say like in 30 years, right? Like
well, these AIs are creating images, not people, right?
No, I know, but see, like you could create the image of like a voice, right? And you could just like right now it's just images. Right now it's just voices, but in 30 years it's like basically saying like dial up to the internet we have now, right? Like
it's gonna be fucking iRobot out here.
Dude, I think that's kind of what it is, bro. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, don't you think that it's going to advance at that level? Or what do you think?
Even to the simplest forms of AI. There's this one that I think it's like a poetry AI, and if you give it like a topic, it'll give you a haiku. Or
it can write fucking songs for you.
Yeah, about that
like
topic.
Straight like songs, give you like lyrics and shit.
And that's where I want to get to. I heard this thing called about cactus AI, right?
Okay.
So there's this girl, a gymnast, who I forgot her name, but she's a gymnast for LSU. And she has an NIL deal. If you guys don't know what that is name, image, and likeness. Pretty much, college athletes can get to now paid for their name, image, and likeness, right? Before they got exploited for that. Anyways, so she started a deal with Cactus AI and tried to promote them and everything. So pretty much this AI,
it's like an AI startup or what? Like
no, they're specifically geared to students.
Okay,
because you give it a subject or give it what you need to write your paper on, and it'll write the paper as if it were you.
Damn.
Yeah. So now it's becoming this thing. Like I'm kind of pissed because I wish that was around when I was. I mean, you know what I mean? But no, like, you know what I mean? Now LSU is trying to pull her from the team and yada yada because. You know, that we can't promote cheating because that's cheating.
Right now, that is cheating. But you know what? Like, I think, like, because I've already heard, like, certain shit like that, right? It's like...
It's bound to happen,
It could write your essays, right? It could, like, do all this shit, like, and it's bound to happen. Exactly. Like, this is, like, the early adoption. But I think, like, if you really think about it, like, just, like, a little outside of the box, it's basically kind of showing the flaws in like the education system.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like it's so homework based. Yeah. Like you have to like do these tasks to prove that you actually learned.
Right.
You know what I mean? When in reality, it's been easy to cheat for a long time, and people have cheated forever. People have had other people writing it. Now it's just easier to do it.
Right.
It's like like I said, like in 30 years, 40 years, or like maybe even sooner than that. Like this, like. It's not going to be to the point where it's like, oh, the motherfuckers can't go to school. Like I've already seen people say like, oh, like schooling is like outdated. It's like the method of education is outdated, but like education itself isn't. Right. So it's just like, I think it's going to move from like a homework based like education to whatever the fuck it's gonna be. Like I wouldn't even be able to tell you, or like
experience based would be better. You know, like you put them into
the field, or like it's still like theory. Like you could still teach people theory,
because
but
people learn different ways.
You're not, and you could still test people, right? You're still gonna test people. You're still gonna be like kind of making people prove that they know what's been going on,
right?
But it's like that homework based like shit is like outdated. Like you don't need homework to prove. It's like it's such
some people are really good testers that don't even do homework, and
100%. That's definitely a thing.
Pass on a test.
That's definitely a thing. And like I feel
and some of them that are really good at turning all their homework in,
exactly,
because they're not pass the test.
Because they're good at doing tasks, right? If they're good at like it helps them keep on track of the thing,
right?
And it's like I feel like it just really shows like right now, yeah, she's in trouble. Like that chick is fucked. Like she's like,
because she's promoted this pretty much AI to get kids to fucking don't do your homework.
Like she definitely
just asked this AI to do it.
It's definitely cheating, but it's like I just think it is like at least right now.
I mean, it is. It's kind of the same thing as you'd go online and you pay somebody to do your paper for you.
No, and it's still like things like I remember like there's this like in law school there's like a lot of like it's all about like outlines and it's like the whole like there's no homework, right? It's all about like readings and the outlines, right? But the outline is mad key. Like it's like if you have a good outline, you're gonna fucking pass the exam.
Okay.
But if you have a shitty outline, you're not. Fucked. You're pretty much fucked because you're like it all goes in like order and like it branches out in certain ways and you have to like kind of map it out. That's why you go to tutoring and shit, right? Because you learn it in tutoring. But there's websites where like you like that go by professors at schools, at all the United States law schools, where it's like by professor, students that took the class, and then they give you the outline.
And is that cheating?
It is.
Because you're still studying, right?
No, that's
you're using the outline.
It's not cheating like that because you're not. You still have to take the test and do your own thing. This is someone straight up writing a whole ass homework.
This is legit plagiarism.
It's legit plagiarism. That is literally getting. It's basically like fast tracking the tutoring.
So is it? I just heard this today because I've been in schools where people from classes before me passed down the test or the final. You know, this is the final. These are the answers. Is it cheating or is it more like a failure on the teacher for not changing the test?
Well, I think like kind of giving someone the answers to the test, like because those outlines in law school, they are kind of technically giving you the answers to the test, but they're not giving you the questions to the test.
Right, exactly.
Right, so the questions are always different, but the answers are always going to be the same because there's only one answer.
And so you still need to study.
You still need to study because there's only one. I mean, there's different ways to phrase your answer, obviously, but there's only one correct answer to get 10 out of 10 on that question.
So like if you got the test ahead of time, no answers, but you got it ahead of time from a class ahead of you.
Well, I've been in a lot of classes just over like even from high school to college to everything. Like it's like, you know, teachers do have old tests.
Yeah.
And they give you the old tests to be like, hey, this is how my tests are. Like this is
true.
It's like, and they don't give you like it's gonna be completely different. But this is kind of like the themes of my tests, and this is kind of how I phrase things and how. But they're gonna ask a totally different question.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like those are like usually the best teachers do that because they're not trying. They don't want you to fail.
Right.
They want you to pass.
Exactly.
But it's more.
They
also
want you to learn.
They want you to learn, right? It's like the teachers that suck are always the ones that just want you to fail.
Right.
It's like they're making shit hard on purpose, right? It's like no, it's like they shouldn't make it easy, but they should give you every fucking advantage to pass.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's the whole fucking point. But going back to this chick, she's fucked. She cheated. But and that AI shit that shit's gonna change the whole like education landscape. That's like just one way, bro. That's just like one way. Like I saw this argument online. Like a lot of people are having this argument about like AI art. So basically like people making like, you know, paintings and shit like with AI and like a lot, you know, people are mad. It's like, oh, like you're like taking away like the like I don't know what the right word was, but the attention from like real artists or whatever.
Right.
But one guy kind of made a good point. It's like there's a lot of different type of art that's like, you know, first of all, obviously inspiration, but it's like, you know, like Photoshop art.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's always based off someone else's work.
Right.
Like you're basically.
So this
just
could be
like,
a different type of art.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. This is the thing though. Like, I don't really necessarily know how like
because you're not going to be able to get an oil-based painting from an AI.
There's
right?
gonna
like,
be a place for everything.
I think like you said, in 30 years maybe you'll have an AI, a robot. You know what I mean? Then painting it, but art is different, you know, because then you get struck like art that's not necessarily painting. It's fucking a figure, a structure, a fucking balloon dog.
You know, it was always like, you know, let's see, like that reminds me of like, you know, like 3D printed guns. Have you heard about that shit?
Right. 3D print. I know 3D printers, but 3D printed guns.
3D printed guns that actually shoot
bullets.
Yeah.
Real ones.
Yes, that kill people.
Yeah, they're called ghost guns.
Yeah, ghost guns, exactly. So it's like that's literally like like a printer, like you know, it's making a physical object, right? So like, you know, if they could make a gun, like I think they could turn that AI art into like an oil painting. Eventually, right? Like I don't think it seems like that far fetched.
No, it doesn't.
If you can make if a 3D printer can make a physical object that could kill somebody,
but it's a 3D printer that was designed by
a human. It's not AI, right? A 3D printer is not necessarily AI, but I think it's.
But if an AI,
see, look at how like dumb that gun looks, though. But it could really kill you.
There's been dumber guns.
No, but
potato guns.
I remember, dude, it was this crazy ass shit because there was this one guy. I don't know if he invented like the 3D printed gun, but like he was like a big advocate for it, and like he was like gonna be like the first guy to like mass produce them, or like kind of like make it big. Like it was gonna be this big thing, and he was gonna be like the face of it. But dude, that dude ended up, who knows? Like this goes back to like the FBI and like just like planning shit on people and like fucking like, you know, what's it called? I
don't know what it's called.
You know, like when you know how like in January 6th when like, you know, they were like, there was like agent provocateurs. That's the word that I'm looking for. They have people trying to rile up to do shit, or like kind of telling people ideas, like with like Governor Whitmer when there was like 14 people that tried to kidnap her, but it was all like 12 of them were FBI agents and 2 of them were just 2 dumbass motherfuckers that got convinced by the FBI to do it. Yeah, like, and that's like documented fact. And it's like this guy though that was like kind of making this whole Cody Wilson. I think that's the guy. Text Cody will pull the trigger on the first. Yeah. Anyway, he was posting the blueprints online for this shit, but that fool got in fucking crazy ass trouble because he had like child pornography on his phone, and he went to jail for mad years, bro. And like people are like who, I'm pretty sure he is a pedophile, like, but it's like it's also very curious that like this guy who was gonna put the blueprints out to download for free. Right. Like on some crazy shit that randomly they just found fucking.
Well, we can't have people printing guns out there left and right.
I'm just saying, it's like a lot of times, like it's like shit that's like has like certain shit that like happens and like obviously it's not the same thing, but it's kind of the same theory. Like Napster, you know, like stealing music. Like now everybody's streaming shit. Like it's basically they're using Napster to like fucking like the same theory of Napster and LimeWire, like downloading music and having it for yourself.
Well, now
like,
you pay for it.
Exactly. Right. Now they made it a commodity. They corporatized it and you're paying for it.
Right.
That's what they're gonna do with this. Right. It's like they don't want you to just make your own gun. And you're right. Like maybe do we want people to have their own guns? No, but it's like it's also they're gonna find a way for like 3D printed guns to find their way into everybody's hands eventually. It's just that you're gonna have to pay for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're.
It's like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Like it's gonna be eventually very easy for anybody to just 3D print their guns. Like it's gonna be like mad simple. Like and then
every household will have a gun.
You don't think the U.S. government's already arming like random militias across the world with 3D printed guns? Like I feel like they fucking are. Like it's like less money, still weapons. You could give it to like the same motherfuckers to like topple governments. Like I don't know. It's just
Jeff just started a whole business right here.
No, I didn't. Cody Wilson did, and they put fucking child pornography.
Well, he doesn't have a business, Jeff.
Yeah, he's in jail.
Yeah,
he's in fucking.
Watch
jail.
out.
Yeah, man.
FBI is coming for you.
Not me. I didn't do it. I didn't do shit.
You're talking about it, Jeff. As long as you acknowledge it, they know you know.
God damn it.
They know you know.
Which one of you guys is the fucking spook? Which one of you guys is the spook?
You see why I'm so scared to talk about it. Anyways.
Don't be scared, Sam.
Let's talk about this weekend, the fight we watched. I watched some of it. Actually, like I told you guys, thank thank goodness the TikTok down with the U.S. government. I'm just kidding.
You said that. That's what you said.
Whoa. No. I meant thank goodness for TikTok and just pirating fucking fights on TikTok Live because I gotta watch the.
Don't snitch, Sam. Why you snitching?
I mean,
what's the accounts, bro? Give us the accounts.
I don't know the accounts. You literally just go to live. Like there's a live button right there.
Is it a good feed or is it just good enough to follow?
It's a decent feed.
Yeah.
Some people have like legit feeds. Some people have their their camera on a TV. You know what I mean? And the audio section. But some people do actually have a good stream. Anyways, I got to see the UFC fight. I only saw the main event, which was Jon Jones versus
Cyril Gane.
And
it was a quick one.
It was a quick fight. It was good though. It was a good fight.
I mean, here's the thing: the build up, like I said, I watched it at Taps.
Right.
Dope. Great bar to go watch a fight at.
Makes me go on a tangent. Is it? I feel like watching a fight. Yeah, it was okay. I had a baby. I was with my baby and taking care of while mom was out at girls' night. But you know what I mean. That's why I had to watch it on TikTok. But I feel like watching a fight is always best. Either at a buddy, like a friend's house,
thing.
exactly.
It definitely is.
I feel like I could watch an NBA game by myself and I'll be just fine. But like going somewhere to watch a fight and watch it with other people is just a lot better.
Well, it's almost the same thing with like a game. Any sporting event is better to watch it with a group of people than watching it by yourself. It's like watching like I think it's like chiller, like it's easier to do with an NBA game or something, but it's like or a baseball game, but it's always more fun when you're around people and fights especially like and like I was saying, like the bar was packed and it wasn't a card with like the biggest names. You kind of have to be like a UFC nerd kind of to know. Like, really know. Like the first fight of the main event was Bo Nickel against Pickett, and Bo Nickel, like that's like the American Khabib, right? Like he's the prospect, like D1 wrestler, multiple time D1 champ, Nittany Lions, Penn State. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the prodigy. Fucking killed this dude basically, like murdered his super fast, just choked his ass out, like just like did it like really easy work, like, and it's only his 4th professional fight.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, but he's
these young fighters coming up pretty quickly.
He's a D1 legend though. He's you know, he's not like that guy who's 18. He's 27 years old. Like, and he's had a pretty like distinguished career in wrestling. You know what I mean? So like, but he's like one of the bigger prospects. You know, that was it was good to see him. Like I remember there was this dude who he just came in to watch the last 2 fights of the night, and he literally first thing he asked when he said that, he's like, "Hey, how did Bo Nickel do?" Like, so it's like if you watch the UFC and like you're into that, everybody knows about that guy. For sure. But it's definitely like some like you have to watch that shit to know the name or like keep up with it. And then you know the Gamrot Turner fight, that was a big one. I mean, it was a very competitive fight, but it was like. That's the thing about the UFC, right? It's like, how do you even score it? Like, what do you really give the most attention to? Because it's like, you could have a dude on the ground for a long time, but you're not really doing nothing.
Right.
You know,
but as long as you have control.
But
it's
as long as you have control.
It's kind of like wrestling. They score him by like having control.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
It's about control, right? But it's like, you know, I think
or submission.
I consider myself like a casual, so like I always look at like damage.
Right.
So it's like that's kind of how I looked at the Islam and fight. That's how I looked at Islam and Volkanovski, because Islam had a lot of control, but Volk was tagging his ass.
Yeah.
But then you know, not to get back to that one, but that's how I see it.
As a casual viewer looks at it.
Exactly.
Like,
but
whoever's bleeding more must have lost.
This fight was kind of like that. That dude Gamrot was getting fucking rocked a lot, but every time he was in danger, like he would punch back and get some hits and then just take him down. And then like, you know, but that dude Turner would like come back up and like he would get out of it. You know, he wasn't staying on the ground too long, but like he would tag him up and then boom, get taken down again. And then you're struggling for like a minute and a half to like get the fuck out, you know? That was basically that whole fight. You know, it's like, and Gamrot ended up winning, you know, but it's like one of those fights where you're just like, damn, like who, like Gamrot was getting his ass beat low key. Like if you're just in the street, you know, he's
getting ass beat.
He's getting his ass beat, right? Yeah. But it's like who knows though? Even in the street, like if some guy's just holding you down until the cops come, who really won? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it gets a little crazy. But yeah, Gamrot won that one. Then that was the fight of the night. Jeff Neal versus Rachmanov. That dude Rachmanov was a fucking animal, bro. But they were just that was like a fight. Like if you
What?
like fighting, like you'll like that because they were just fucking beating each other's asses.
Now,
Like,
see, that's what I'm excited about, Jeff. Like I said, I was telling you off air, like if you get a fight, like Ciara Gane and Jon Jones was cool and all, but it was so quick that you're like, man, I paid for this. And this is thinking about it as a casual viewer. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, oh yeah, it's something that people have been talking about at work. I'm down for it. Let's all put together. It's paid, but then or like pay the cover to go to Taps or whatever. But then it's done so quickly. But if you got a fight, like you said, that Neil and Rachmanov was just one that gets you excited about people just going.
no, it got fight of the night too, and it was
perfect.
like back and forth, like they were just going at it, and like Neil had Rachmanov like on the ropes, right? But that dude Rachmanov could take a pounding, bro, because he was getting socked, Neil was getting socked, but then it was just like it was this one exchange where it was like that they were kind of just because that fool Neil fights kind of like a boxer, like he was like moving with that footwork and kind of he would keep his hands down and just like move, kind of very like fighting like a boxer, really. Like he was very just the footwork is impeccable and like, but that dude Rachmanov was like, dude, like his name does him justice because he rocked that dude like straight up, dude. Like there was this one, like I think it was like already the third. I think it went only 3 rounds. It was like the third round, and he just clipped Neil like so hard, like you could hear it through the TV. It was like pop, and then like that, and still Neil didn't go down. Damn. Like he still didn't go down, but he was
some of these fighters got these jaws.
No,
like,
he had the jaw. That's how the fight ended, though. So like Neil's
Rachmanov won.
Yeah, by submission, standing submission. He choked him standing up, dude. Like crazy. But you see how Neil's bleeding profusely?
Yeah,
that was after that hit. That rock, because that's what happened. Like he rocked him, stunned him, and then Neil still kind of stayed up. He didn't go down. He was still like exchanging blows, but he was like kind of still like around. So he just got like it was like this exchange where like Rachmanov got right behind him, pressed against the cage, and just like they literally Neil didn't tap out. The ref had to like let it go, and then Neil just collapsed on the ground, like because Neil didn't tap out. Like he didn't tap out. Like the ref was like, he's gonna die. Like because then once the ref was like, hey, like let go, like Rachmanov got out and Neil just collapsed to the ground. Like he was asleep.
That's fucking crazy.
It was that fight was fucking insane. Great fight. Like it's one of those fights. It's like Daniel Cormier said it best. It's like Jeff Neal like looked good even in the loss. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like he was because that dude Rachmanov 17-0. After that fight, and Jeff Neal's 15-2 now, 15-3. Like Jeff Neal, like no one's gonna want to fight that dude now. Like this dude's clearly like way bigger than him, and he was taking all those hits. It's like who's like you don't want to fight Jeff Neal now,
right?
Like unless you want to fight Rachmanov, and that dude's probably gonna beat your ass too. It's like it was one of those fights where both guys came out looking really good, bro. Okay. Like it was a fucking epic ass fight. And then the next fight was fucking Shevchenko and Grasso. Yeah. Shout out to the Mexican fighters. Another title for the Mexicans.
Hey, I didn't even know there was that many. Grasso,
Yair Rodriguez, and Brandon Moreno.
Yeah.
Yair Rodriguez interim. He got Volkanovski's interim title, but.
And he's from Sierra Juarez.
Yeah. But this chick, that chick Grasso, like, honestly put on a clinic, bro.
Yeah.
Like she was like really she was like tagging her. Then the moment Shevchenko made a mistake, she literally just climbed on her back, like made her fucking keel over to the ground, and just choked her out. And she didn't even have full grip on the neck. Like she kind of had the chin, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like one of the homies that goes to Tabs, he does jujitsu, and he was basically saying like sometimes even if it's just on the chin, like it hurts so much, like because you feel like your teeth are breaking. So you're just like, I'm gonna fucking tap. Like you don't even need the whole full like choke grip. Like, but yeah, that one is just another Mexican. Like shout out to the Mexicans, man, because
because they've always been known as fighters.
Always known as fighters in boxing, and then they were kind of like it's like will they ever like translate to mixed martial arts? And did they ever? Man?
Are they?
Yeah, man, they're. And if you count Cain Velasquez, even though he's Mexican American, but he was a heavyweight.
Yeah.
He already had the heavyweight title, so
for sure. But I mean, it's exciting. I'm excited for next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, the next 2 weeks. But yeah, and then like Jon Jones, Ciara Gane. Jon Jones put on a clinic. It was literally a minute and a half.
Cejudo predicted it before?
Well, because Cejudo's been training with Jon Jones. Like Jon Jones left his original camp and went to Cejudo's camp.
Right.
And it's like, bro, if you're like practicing with Henry Cejudo for like a whole training camp, and like Henry Cejudo's probably one of the best wrestlers of all time. Yeah. Like, and come on. Cyril Gahn had no chance.
No way.
A lot of people thought he was gonna beat Jon Jones because Cyril Gahn's
I thought he was gonna slip
heavyweight.
out of there. I thought it was just, but then you just see he had him in the guillotine, like just stuck.
Quick too.
Just like, and it looked like he was slipping out, and I was like, all right, it's gonna keep going.
He tapped so fast too. He was just like
so fast. I didn't even. I was like, what is this serious? Is this really happening?
Yeah, it was so fast that like a lot of people were like, damn, like is this rigged? But it's like, nah, bro.
No, because when if you watched it,
If you
later,
watch
they broke it down. They went inside.
tight.
He had it in tight because you could. It looked loose
It looked
when
loose,
he tapped.
yeah.
But then they went in the angle.
Because he let go quick, like after
Yeah.
like once he tapped, he let go. But it's like when you see it like in slow mo,
He had it like
him.
it was.
And then even when you see him after, like after Cyril Gahn's red,
he just
like,
looks
like he's like out of breath. Like so, I mean, Jon Jones put on a clinic, and now they're saying Jon Jones is gonna fight Stipe, which is great. I wish
nice.
that's gonna be a good fight, but I just wish there was some way Francis Ngannou could come back. And then Jon Jones and him could just fight. And like, I love Jon Jones is so good as like being a villain too. Cause they asked him like, oh, what do you think about Francis? He's like, he's one big buff pussy. like he's like, I fuck Francis. He's a bitch. He ran away. I'm like, there you go, Jon.
Setting it up. Setting it up.
Cause I was watching these fucking like highlights of, you know, because Daniel Cormier and Jon Jones had that crazy ass rivalry, and they hated each other so much. They trash talk so much, and I was just watching these highlights. Man, Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier were like literally just like, "Bitch, this, fuck this, you're a hoe, like fuck you." Like it was like 2 years of that.
Daniel Cormier during the call was kind of pro Jones.
No, he was,
you know,
because they kind of made up, like, because I guess Jon Jones was like, I want like Cormier to call my fight, like it's like, you know, it's all good, like that was a long time ago, and like, and the thing is, the thing is, Daniel Cormier actually went up to heavyweight and was the title holder for a long time,
for sure.
So I think Jon Jones is kind of like, look, now I gotta prove that I could do that shit too.
Right.
You know, now he's gonna fight Stipe, who's the guy that Daniel Cormier beat. You know, so. You know, Daniel Cormier beat and then lost to.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like Stipe is Stipe is a big. That's gonna be a big fight, but he's 40 years old. You know, so it's like it's kind of one of those things where they gotta fight soon.
Yeah.
And it's good that Jon Jones finished
the year.
it. And Jon Jones barely broke a sweat, so it's like they can make that within the next 6 months.
Yeah, for sure.
They're gonna make that. So hopefully that's gonna be probably one of the biggest.
I'm excited for this next fight.
Like this next one's the one too.
Edwards Usman. We all saw it together. The second fight last year, and it was amazing. Down to the last I mean, it was.
Down to the buzzer.
I think somebody recorded us.
There was like 9 seconds left in that fight.
Bro, we were there, and then boom. Oh, all of it just stood up.
It's funny because Usman was kind of kicking his ass the whole fight.
He was.
You know what I mean? It was a dominant.
I thought it was over. I thought Usman just. You know,
that's why there's that
kept the title.
There's that sick ass video where like, you know, now that they made the compilation where like, you know, Leon Edwards is like, he's like down, like he's like down in the dumps, like he goes back to the corner and like his corner man's like, he's like, wake up, like this is it, like you gotta get a knockout, you're losing, like you can't go down like this, and like, you know, he kind of like, you know, you could see him kind of get reinvigorated by getting that speed. It's like a movie, bro. It's literally like a movie, like, but it's fucking real life, and he gets him with the perfect fucking kick to the
face. No, play the one where he's on the ground laying down.
Asleep.
That was the best meme for like a year.
Asleep, bro. Especially that one down there. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Bruh. On Twitter, oh my God.
Eyes open, asleep with your eyes open, bro.
Well, you nut, and she keeps writing.
Asleep with your eyes open, bro. Straight up. No, but who do you got? Do you think Leon Edwards could do it?
Leon Edwards keep the title? I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing though. Like that's what I'm saying. We talk about it. It was so much on Usman's side that at the end it just boom.
It's one of those things though, like I kind of believe this, like Usman's never really been knocked out, like, and like once you get like really clipped like that, a lot of fighters don't come back the same.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times they get that loose chin, you know what I mean, and they kind of they don't fight exactly the same. They lose
a little scared.
First of all, they lose their
edge.
confidence. They lose, and now they literally their chin can't take that same pounding, like because you got, especially after that type of knockout. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good fight, but you know, in the UK, London, You know, man.
In Edwards.
Edwards' backyard. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna go with Edwards. I like Edwards.
I think it's gonna be a really good
and
fight.
that's gonna be a good fight too. Gaethje and Fiziev, like, first of all, Gaethje's a stud, and this dude's a monster, bro. He's like a little fucking tank, bro.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good fight too.
Excited. We're all headed to TAPS. So you guys want to
let's do it.
Meet up.
everybody meet at TAPS and be like,
We're watching the fight.
This is my bar.
This is my bar. I own this place.
I own this place.
Should we take a break? I don't know. I feel like we're on a roll.
I think we should take a break. I need to take a
right.
little leakage.
We'll be right back after this. Like, you've been in the league. You know the rules. You know you're not supposed to have a gun while you're like on the job. This is pretty much the same thing. Like, looking at it as a job. Like, he might not. Like, he's not gonna go. Hopefully, no jail time or shit like that, right? But worst case scenario, which was the best case scenario for him, is get suspended. Like, I'm hearing 50 games. All right, guys, welcome back from the break. Let's talk about something that just happened this week. It just happened yesterday. The whole world is buzzing about it. It's in the NBA world, Ja Morant. You know what though? He's been in the news a lot lately. I feel like it started off with the whole assaulting a 17-year-old kid and then threatening him afterwards and some shit like that. And then now, yesterday, he was in Colorado on Instagram Live, definitely in a strip club.
Definitely off of Percocet.
Like, he was straight off perks, drinking the Henny, you know.
Man, Perkins Henny.
And ends up flashing a gun, you know what I mean? As a show it like, you know, in Instagram Live, and it just explodes the NBA world. Go ahead, Jeff. The floor is yours. Give us your take on this, and I'll give mine.
Yeah, I mean, look, Ja Morant, he's 23 years old,
right?
I'll be the first one in line to say I did a lot of dumbass shit.
Right.
When I was 23, luckily I wasn't famous, and luckily I didn't have a shit ton millions of dollars, and luckily Instagram Live wasn't really a thing yet, right? Like, because Lord knows I would have posted a lot of stupid shit. But it's like, it's one of those things, man. It's like, look, it's just stupid because he put it on live.
Right.
Like, it's just one of those things that it's stupid because he put it on live, and it's also another thing where it's not like the first defense, right? Like, there's been this like trail of little breadcrumbs like leading up to this, especially like you said, they're beating up some kids. It's all allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
Nothing like.
Well, this isn't allegedly.
This isn't allegedly.
Straight up happening.
This is straight up. He put a gun on his Instagram Live. He was clearly fucked up around some strippers and some homies, whatever. Right? Like, just having a good time, it seems like, right? After a game, by the way, right? So it's like, and supposedly he took the gun on a team plane, right? So it's like that could get him more in trouble. Colorado's an open carry state, but you can't.
Yeah, but he was in LA before that, so if he was, did he have the gun here in LA? Because California is not an open carry state.
Yeah, I think just like in general, like how I feel about it is like it's just kind of this little pattern of him like trying to act a little too hard,
right? Like
trying to act a little too much. It's like I think hopefully like this turns into nothing. Hopefully it's just something that comes and goes, and he learns his lesson and he realizes that, you know, it's like. It's not even about like surrounding yourself with better people, because like when you're that guy, like he is the crew. Like
he's the breadwinner. He's the breadwinner. Yeah,
there is no crew without him, right? Like you pick and choose whoever the fuck you want.
And I guess that's the narrative that people are coming out with right now is, what about those people around him? That's always like the conversation when an athlete or a person of this stature does something stupid. They're like, what about the people around him? Like, why haven't they say, you know what, this is dumb, you shouldn't be doing this.
The thing is,
you know what I mean?
I think just like to end like my take on it is basically like, hopefully it doesn't turn into that big of a deal. I think he's just young and stupid, hanging around the wrong people, thinking like, I think it's the stupidest part was him putting it on live. It's like, why are you getting like, who are you trying to impress? He's clearly trying to impress a certain crowd, a certain thing. Like, it's like, dude, you're an NBA superstar, bro. You just took out your signature shoe. Your team is in second place in the Western Conference. You're something, you have to be above this. So hopefully it's a learning experience. And we look back on this like, damn, like it was nothing.
Well, he's out indefinitely.
Yeah.
They don't know when he's coming back. And I feel like the Grizzlies did good to do so, to bench him indefinitely right now. Yes, he is a kid. Yeah, I mean, he is 23 years old. God knows I did some stupid shit when I was 23 years old. But I don't know. I hear the whole conversation of Jason Williams when he was, coming up, and Steven Jackson and Jalen Rose all talked about this shit.
Yeah, Jalen Rose had a good take on it. I like what he said.
But at the end of the day, I think he should be held accountable just because you're 23, you're not 18.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you've been in the league. You know the rules. You know you're not supposed to have a gun while you're like on the job. This is pretty much the same thing. Like looking at it as a job. Like he might not, like he's not gonna go. Hopefully no jail time or shit like that, right? But worst case scenario, which was the best case scenario for him, is get suspended. I'm hearing 50 games.
Yeah, it's like they say it could be 50 games.
Which is reasonable. Like if you,
I don't know if that's reasonable. It's pretty extreme.
It is extreme, but I mean reasonable in the sense of he deserves some sort of punishment from the NBA.
Yeah,
because if your boss found out you were at your job waving a gun on Instagram Live, wouldn't you get fired?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I mean, like the thing is, it's just not a good look, right? It's just not a good. There's no way around it. I don't think anybody is really defending it, right? It's like, it's stupid. Like I think everybody's pretty like clear that
he did something stupid. And
at the lowest level, it's stupid. On the highest level, it could be criminal, right?
Right.
But it's like at the lowest level, it's stupid, and like it's one of those things where it's also like you hear like Shams basically put out a report today that Steven Adams, like the game before this game, actually held a players only meeting and was kind of telling all the guys in the locker room like, hey, like we shouldn't be going out as much. We got
on the road,
like do our thing, like be professionals. And then the very next game, Ja Morant goes on live and does some shit like that. So
people were saying that he was saying it to the team, but really directing it to Ja.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So it's just one of those things where he clearly like. He feels like he's the man. He could do whatever he wants, but that it comes with that like territory.
Look,
like.
you could lose, and that's where I want to go to. You were talking about he's getting his new shoe deal. I saw this post they put up, and it's Kyrie looking at the Nike board and saying, "So you're not going to take his deal?"
Yeah, for flashing a gun.
And they took Kyrie's deal for
saying some racist shit.
Retweeting a racist.
I mean, like it is what it is. I mean, like it's two totally different things for sure. Like I don't think they're even like in the comparable in either in any way. Really, it's two totally different things. But it's obviously like I guess if I was Kyrie, I'd be like, what the fuck, like. But at the same time,
I mean, he's not really. Yeah, it's just something.
Yeah, it's definitely something, but that it's just two totally different issues. But at the same time, it's like. I think just bottom line, it was stupid.
Right.
And like, it's like, who does? It's like such an easy thing to avoid. Like, just don't put your dirt out on Instagram Live. Like, it's like, dude, everything else was just alleged. Everything else was just rumors. Right. And like, now it's like, now you're almost confirming those rumors. Yeah. Like, you do have the weapon on you.
Right.
Like, you clearly hang around with some sketchy individuals. It's like, so, you're getting in arguments with Shannon Sharp. You're flashing a laser at the Indiana Pacers team staff. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, allegedly, right? So it's like, it's like, and now you have the gun on you on an Instagram Live post. It's just stupid. And then hopefully, like, like they're saying, like, it kind of sucks. Like, when you're, you're in that spotlight. So people are like, oh, like, what's his dad doing? Because Team Morant, it's like that sucks because it's like well, his dad wasn't fucking there. Right. Like, what is his dad gonna fucking do? Like, don't take the gun on the plane. It's like, yeah, his dad probably told him that. Right. Like, it doesn't mean he's gonna fucking listen. Like, he's a 23-year-old fucking superstar. He's making the money.
Even if I'm not a superstar, making all the money, I didn't listen to my dad when I was 23 years old.
I hate that like they bring his like dad into like you don't think like his dad's telling him like, hey, you should probably.
They're just trying to paint this picture of of
absentee dad,
and as well as a father that's trying to cash in on him, and it's not a bad influence on him.
It's fucked up,
and
like
shit.
A lot of times, like I feel like a lot of these guys, like like the Skip Baylesses and the Stephen A. Smiths, like I actually like a lot of the takes from the players because they've
Right.
been there. But like, I don't like a lot of the takes from the talking heads
pundits.
because like, the pundits, because it's like they're trying to moralize it. They're trying to make it seem like they're above like the tomfoolery, right? It's like,
Right.
dude, it's like you weren't that, and like it's just. It is what it is, man. Like, it was a stupid, dumb mistake.
Yeah.
He's gonna get punished some way, somehow, and hopefully he learns from it. Like, I don't think
Which
it
sucks
I
for
don't
the
think
Grizzlies.
It sucks for the Grizzlies
Like,
because
for the
if he
team.
misses 50 games, they're
fucked.
They're fucked in the. They're gonna make the playoffs, but they're fucked in the playoffs.
Oh, for sure.
So because they need.
They're not making. They're not where they are without Ja Morant.
Oh no, they're not. They're definitely
The Lakers play them tomorrow, and with no Ja Morant, and they're retiring Pau Gasol's jersey on that same night.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Powell. Hope the Lakers win, dude.
Yeah, make it a delight for Pau. Just to see the team that he was drafted by and then traded to. Just
Yeah, but overall, I mean, I hope it all works out for Ja. I hope it's just a blip on the radar, and we can look back on it and be like, he learned.
Yeah,
because look, at the end of the day, it could be either or. Like, it could just be a blip of the radar, or it could just be the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
Like, it could be some even more crazier shit coming.
Well, that's the thing. I hope it's not. Like we said, I hope this is a moment where he said what every athlete in this situation
give
has
a
to say.
statement. Like,
I have, I'm going to take some time to really evaluate and look at myself and get myself help.
and he does need to do that.
Which is right, which is things that you are just saying, but you should actually do.
Yeah, actually do, and hopefully, you're not stupid enough to do that again.
Right,
You
right,
know?
for sure. Because I mean, as an athlete, I feel like kids nowadays are trained more. Well, actually, athletes are trained more by the time they get to the pros to know what to do or not to do. Obviously, we're kids at the same. They're still kids.
You know what's funny though about that? Like, he kind of like to wrap it up. Like, Ja Morant was actually kind of on the outside looking in on. He was because he wasn't highly recruited.
No.
He was in the shadow of Zion Williamson on the AAU team.
Yeah,
he went to Murray
State,
State, so he
not a
wasn't
big
really
school.
like part of that whole like culture of like being like programmed or being trained. Like,
what to say to the media, what not to do.
He was kind of on the outside looking in, seeing Zion being told what to do, and he kind of.
I get that.
He kind of didn't really get that totally, but you know what? So I have to ask an apology. I'm gonna give you an apology, Sam, because last week, you said LeBron was gonna be out for 3 weeks, or you said indefinite.
Sources.
You got indefinite, but you mixed up your sources. But we should have dug a little deeper and just been like,
we were 3 beers deep.
We dug a little too deep into the cooler instead of our research, and it was really
the wrong.
It wasn't
source.
It wasn't a Woj bomb. It was a Shams grenade.
It's a Shams grenade.
And Shams Charania is actually the one who reported that LeBron is going to be out indefinitely.
Those are the two biggest names in NBA reporting.
Exactly. So it was actually Shams, and you were right. LeBron actually he's going to be out for the next 3 weeks, or he's going to be reevaluated in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But
that's the season's over by then.
Yeah, I mean, almost. Yeah, and then but. They've been playing well without him.
Yeah,
AD's
been pretty well.
They actually won a game when AD, D'Lo, and LeBron were out against OKC.
Right, that was
great game for chemistry.
I love
Austin
it.
Reeves.
I love Austin Reeves.
Yeah, Austin Reeves is amazing.
I love this guy.
Hot take: is he the best white American player right now?
Right now,
a white American. Because obviously we got Jokic and Doncic.
Okay, NBA player. Because I thought you just meant athlete.
No, white NBA player.
A white NBA player.
American though, specifically, because obviously Doncic, Jokic,
right?
But they're from fucking East Europe, bro.
Hold on. I mean, Booker's a little white, isn't he?
I mean, shit. If we're counting Booker, I mean, I don't think they'll let us claim him, Booker. I'm not even white, but I guess they won't let white people claim Booker. Right. But Booker's actually kind of he has Mexican in him, so can we claim Booker?
All right, can we claim a little bit?
Is he the best Latino player?
Oh, because Jordan Clark's. Oh no, Jordan Clark's
he's Filipino. We'll get back. We'll go around to Booker, but
but the best white NBA player, I would say Austin Reeves
or Tyler Hero. Or Chet Holmgren, but we haven't seen him.
Dante DiVincenzo has been playing well.
But now we've been picking up stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy from Kansas, Grady Dick, he's actually really good. He's going to come out. He's really good. But in terms of the NBA players, I think Chet, but we haven't seen him.
No.
So it's between Tyler Hero and Austin Reeves, but I'm going to give it to my boy Austin Reeves.
And I feel like when you put on that Lakers jersey, that you put more attention on yourself and you look better, because Alex Caruso got the same kind of treatment was here, and then now he's in the Bulls and is not playing.
He's
so
been hurt,
well,
but he's still getting a
hurt.
lot of love from the Chicago fans. He's playing really well,
Right,
but he's
right.
been in and out of the lineup because he's been hurt. But yeah, shout out to Austin Reeves. He's been playing good. He's got that dog in him, as
You know
they
who's
say.
the worst
Who?
white NBA player? Down. We're getting a little, you know,
A little racial.
yeah. Grayson Allen.
Grayson, I love
Fuck that guy.
I love Grayson Allen.
Every NBA player hates Grayson Allen.
I'm not an NBA player. I'm pro Grayson Allen.
I'm pro drama. I'm pro hurting other people.
Definitely. Pro.
Look at this guy. He looks like he's about to hurt you.
I like Grayson Allen.
He looks like he's cheating.
He looks like he's cheating. He looks like he's committing crimes.
You know what I mean? Look at this guy.
No, but
He looks like JP.
oh,
I don't see that.
damn, tag JP in
I
that.
know, right there. No,
But I like fucking the way the Lakers played without Anthony Davis and LeBron. A lot of big chemistry.
yeah,
and
sure.
and you know what? It was like Point Reeves that day. He's been bringing the ball down. Dennis Schroeder's been playing well. And then once AD came back, I mean, it was a tough loss against Memphis because they actually, Ja Morant, you know, speaking of the devil, we were just fucking, Ja Morant scored 28 points in the third quarter against the Lakers. Fucking balling outrageous.
Crazy.
That's why they won that game. But AD's been playing outstanding. I think if like glass half full, looking at it on the bright side,
For the
like
rest of the season?
LeBron being out actually might be a good thing, like you said. Like if they're clicking like this and AD doesn't get hurt, D'Lo's coming back tomorrow most likely. It's like you build more chemistry, and LeBron's like the easiest player to slot in.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, you know, they could build that chemistry, build that teamwork, get Anthony
do you think,
Davis
60?
going. It looks a little tough. Can you pull up the standings right now? I think they're
Just go up. Just
I think if you just scroll up, you could go to standings.
yeah,
Yeah.
standings right there.
See, right now they're 31 and 34. I don't know what the records. I don't know who won today.
31 and 34, tied for 11th.
Tied for 11th, I think, just on.
No,
win.
that's look 10. 10,
Tied for
11, 10,
12.
11, 12 are all have the same.
Yeah, so we're basically like, you know, if the season ended today, I don't think we'd be in. There's tiebreakers. I think we've lost to the Trailblazers and Jazz, but like, I think playing for sure. But see, the sixth,
34, 32. You just got to win.
you got to hope that the Timberwolves start losing,
Which they will.
They will, and then that the Lakers start winning.
And look at where the Clippers are now.
34 and 30. It's because they lost.
They lost like four in a row
with the Westbrook experiment.
Yeah, and they're going to keep him there.
Yeah, they're gonna keep him starting. They gave him a promise that they were gonna start him. It's looking bad, but I'm glad it's their problem.
Nah,
now.
he's not mine. And he got 2 keys. Westbrook is notorious. If Westbrook is playing and you go to an NBA game and you don't want to get tossed out, don't talk to him.
He's just gonna snitch. Like
he's gonna be like, he said something. I said good game.
Not you're lame.
Get him out.
Get him out. He's calling me lame. Damn it.
Yeah, no. I feel hopeful.
You feel optimistic.
I feel optimistic. It's always that Laker or that Los Angeles sports fan in me, always looking at the bright side, coming closer to the playoffs. I feel like the Lakers go at least into the play-in. LeBron comes back. We have this surge.
Look, if we get that 6th seed and play the Kings, I love our chances.
I like it. Even though the
Kings
Kings
are playing good.
We're playing really well.
They play zero defense. All their games are like 140 to 140.
176, 175 against that's a fucking crazy
second
stat
highest
line.
scoring game of an NBA history.
176 points.
Yeah, that's wild.
I can't believe it.
Pretty crazy.
I love this time for basketball. To be honest with you, it gets to the nitty gritty.
March Madness is coming up.
March Madness is coming. It's beautiful. I have not kept up at all this year. Have you done your bracket yet?
No, but I will.
I'll do my bracket.
We'll bring it.
We'll bring it next week. We'll call out who we got winning. But it's been a good one, man. It's been great. Thank you guys for listening to our shenanigans about everything, really. And honestly, guys, if like I say again, if you want to come on the podcast, you want to promote something, if you want to do your own podcast, whatever you want to do, hit us up. At Unlucky Specialists, and we got an email, theunluckyspecialist@gmail.com, if you want to hit us up and do, whatever, man. It's your boy Sam Torres.
It's your boy Jeff DePena. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Jesus. We out here. Peace.
Woo.